Magic the Gathering is returning to Lorwin, and this isn't the sun-drenched fairy tale plane we remember. Lorwyn Eclipsed, a world transformed, broken, and desperately trying to heal. Gone is the great aurora that once dictated when night became day. In its place, two colossal elementals locked in an eternal dance. Erdu, the living embodiment of day, crowned with a blazing sun, and Isilu, the spirit of night itself, its moon head trailing darkness like a cape. Where these titans walk, reality transforms, day becomes night, and night becomes day. The people caught in between change too. Their memories are wiped clean, and their personalities are inverted. The kind become cruel, and the brave become cowardly. Identity itself is now as unstable as the shifting light. This is the story of four Strixhaven students who fell through an omen path into a plane at war with itself. A story of Marilyn, the fairy queen who never wanted to be queen. Her brother Oko, the shapeshifter who abandoned her. And Riss, the elf sworn to kill the woman he called a friend. This is Lorwyn Eclipsed, where twilight lasts forever and nothing stays the same. If you like this video and want to support the channel, the best way to do that would be hitting that like button and subscribing. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you're notified when we post new videos. Drop a comment down below. Out of all the cards you've seen for Lorwyn Eclipsed, let me know which one your favorite is. Let's dive in to the lore behind Magic's new set, Lorwyn Eclipsed. It starts at Strixhaven University in Arcavios. Professor Liliana Vess's Introduction to Magibotanical Environments class is on a field trip to Harrer's Wood. The assignment is simple. Collect 6 to 10 unblemished Snar flower blossoms. These magically neutral specimens will feed a newly conjured litter of pests back at the lab. 4 students venture deeper into the woods than they should. Tam, a Gorgon with analytical precision. Sanar, an enthusiastic goblin who gets distracted easily. Kyrol, a vampire who likes sneaking up on people. And Abigail, an owlin who communicates through sign language translated by her magical hearing aid. That's when Sanar spots something impossible. A small humanoid creature with beetle-like wings and blue chitinous skin wearing a tunic made of flower petals. A fairy, and it's laughing at them. Sanar chases it. The others chase Sanar. They're college students on what should be a boring botany assignment. They have no idea they're about to fall into another world. The fairy leads them to a hole in the ground surrounded by perfect Snar flowers, the grade-saving flowers they've been searching for all day. They trip over a mysteriously convenient tree root. All 4 tumble into the hole, falling through cascading prismatic light that forms impossible geometric shapes. They land in a sunlit meadow, standing stones carved with spirals, floating rocks humming with magic, and above them, 15 feet up, a soap bubble film dancing with rainbows, the omen path they just fell through. One of the suns is missing, Sanar observes. Tam realizes the truth immediately. The sun's not missing, it's back on Arcavios where it belongs. They're not on their home plane anymore. Behind them looms a massive dolmen gate, 2 tall stones with a third laid across them, all covered in glowing purple moss. Through the gate, impossible darkness. Not natural shadow, true night, broken only by patches of luminescent fungus and swarms of glittering fireflies. They have 2 choices: stay in the meadow and hope the omen path reopens, or go through the gate and find help. Tam, ever practical, makes the decision. If they need to get home, they need someone tall enough to boost them up to that portal, and anyone who built a gate that massive must be very tall indeed. They step into the darkness. The gate swallows them whole. The cave beyond is enormous. Glowing lichen provides dim light. Cave paintings cover the walls showing 2 great beasts, one with a sun for a head, one with a moon. The paintings show them trading places. The day creature sleeps while the night creature watches. Then they switch. Incarnations of sun and moon, Carol murmurs, fascinated by the stylized spirals that make the static images seem to move. The cave opens into a rounded chamber so vast the far side fades into darkness. At its center, carved into the stone floor, a massive spiral pattern. Floating stones glow, soft silver. And there, sleeping at the center of everything, is the moon-headed creature from the paintings. Its hide is midnight blue, fading to silver gold near its head. Its neck is impossibly long, 6 limbs, 4 legs with 2 arms, and wings fused behind its back into a vast dragging tail. and where its head should be, clouds shrouding a softly glowing moon. The air tastes like autumn, bonfires and falling leaves. The harvest season welcomes you home. Sonar, unable to resist, steps into the circle. Tam tries to stop him, but it's too late. He reaches out and touches the creature's cool, moss-soft neck. For one perfect moment, he feels the greatest peace he has ever known. Then the beast awakens. Its eyes open, two smaller moons, cratering and glowing. It lifts its head and roars. The sound washes over them like winter turning cruel. Terror and confusion follow. The endless howling of storms immenses. Carol grabs Sonar and yanks him away. They all run. Behind them, the creature lumbers to its feet. The creature is Isilu, the night elemental, and they just woke it up. It rears up and stomps. A wave of near-solid darkness flows from the impact, racing past the fleeting students, filling the tunnel, snuffing out all the glowing lichen. The darkness doesn't stop at the cave entrance. It pours into the sunlit meadow. Where it touches, night falls. The sun becomes a thin eclipse ring. The moon springs to fullness. Grass withers. Some flowers die while others burst into glowing life. The spirals carved everywhere reverse direction or become jagged and broken. The blue fairy that lured them here stands on a stone, wings spread. As darkness washes over it, the fairy transforms. Its blue carapace bleeds to gleaming green, its face hardens, becoming more insectile, and a jagged crown grows from its head. It looks down at itself, giggles with pleasure, and flies away into the spreading night. The students run toward patches of remaining daylight, leaping between islands of sun in an ocean of sudden darkness. In the distance, they hear screaming. They reach a larger patch of sunlight. A stout humanoid woman in archer's leathers crouches atop a standing stone, waving frantically for them to join her. They run to her, gasping. "Follow me," she says in an accent none of them recognize, and takes off running. She leads them into a forest of tall ash trees with spirals growing naturally in the bark. When they finally stop, she introduces herself. "My name is Bridget Bailey, hero of Kinsbell. You're in Lorwin, if you're lucky. The other side is called Shadowmoor." She explains about the omen paths that have been opening since something called the Anil Inasaga, the metal invasion. People fall through, most wind up lost. The great beast they saw? That was Isilu, the night elemental. It's supposed to be sleeping. Instead, it's walking through Lorwin, seeding Shadowmoor where it shouldn't exist. "Is Shadowmoor what you call nighttime?" Tam asks, gesturing to the stark division between day and night. Bridget shakes her head. "When you run afoul of Isilu, most who survive don't make it back to the daylit side anytime soon. I didn't change in the Great Aurora, and I don't care now." Before she can explain further, the boat carrying them down the river jerks to a halt. Ahead, the river is slashed through with a hard line of night. Shadowmoor has taken the Wonderwine. As Bridget leads them around the darkness, she explains what they need to know. Find Marilyn at Glen Elendra. The Fairy Queen might be able to help them get home. But when they approach a settlement called Gold Meadow, as they watch, Isilu walks through it. Where the darkness falls, the city transforms. Walls grow higher and topped with spikes. Buildings sprout bars on windows, and doors narrow. And the people change too. The Kithkin, Bridget's people, who stood in daylight with open, trusting postures, suddenly hunch forward with suspicion when night touches them. Their eyes glow yellow with no pupils. They attack anyone still standing in the light. Bridget tries to hold her position, but a tendril of night slithers behind her along the wall. Moon-eyed figures follow it, grab her shoulders, and pull her into darkness. She struggles, she wails, and then she's still. When her eyes open again, they're full moon bright. She turns her arrows against her former allies. Abigail watches in horror from above. The students flee, leaving the falling Gold Meadow behind. This is what Lorwyn Shadowmoor does to its people. Day and night aren't just times of day, they're different states of being with different people. And when you cross that line, you lose yourself completely. In Glen Elendra, Marilyn is having a terrible day. The Fairy Queen wakes from nightmares to find flower petals covering her dressing table. Small, fragrant petals that couldn't exist. She knows these petals. She was born from them once, when the previous queen, Una, created her. Marilyn was never meant to be her own person. She was supposed to be Una's avatar, a puppet wearing an elf's face, carrying Una's consciousness ahead of her own. But something went wrong. When Una slipped Marilyn into the shed skin of an elf named Marilyn of the Mornsong, the heart and hopes of that elf infected Una's creation. Marilyn became herself. independent, and alive. Now the petals are back. Una is somehow returning, and when the cycle breaks again, when a new aurora comes, Marilyn will be washed away and Una will be reborn. She looks in her mirror and sees Una's terrible gaze staring right back at her. Her chamber door swings open. Fairies swarm in, surrounding two strangers, Tam, the Gorgon student, and Sonar the goblin. They claim Bridget sent them. They need help getting home. Marilyn barely hears them. She's too focused on the ghostly laughter only she can hear. Then Rhys arrives, her closest friend and her advisor. The elf she's known longer than almost anyone, and he has a dagger in his hand. Years ago, Marilyn asked Rhys to make her a promise. If Una ever returned, if Marilyn ever showed signs of becoming her creator, Rhys would kill her. It seemed impossible then, but now, seeing the flower petals and hearing reports of Isilu walking, Rhys believes the time has come. He lunges. Marilyn throws her arms up to protect her face. Rhys slips on a flower petal and he catches himself, steps forward, and slips on another. He tumbles right out of the window. Tam, who knows probability magic, saved Marilyn's life with a spell. But Rhys will come back, and next time he might succeed. We have to run, Marilyn says. They flee Glen Elendra, the Fairy Queen, two confused students, and the little green fairy that's been following them, the one that lured the students to Lorwin in the first place. Marilyn realizes something. She knows this fairy. In her Shadowmoor form, at least, this is her brother, the other piece Una created before making Marilyn. The son who fought their maker so hard that Una had a giant killed just to teach him that fathers always leave. Brother, Marilyn calls, come down. But the fairy, sometimes blue, sometimes green, flickering between day and night, won't come close. It circles overhead, giggling, leading them onward. They reach a boggart warren where Marilyn has another old friend, Ashling, a flamekin made of living fire. She agrees to help, providing a boat to take them down the Wanderwine River toward Gold Meadow and the Omen Path the students need. But Rhys is hunting them, and in the distance, something much worse is coming. Meanwhile, Carol has problems of their own. The vampire student got separated from the group in the Gilt Leaf Wood. An elf hunter named Lorwyn captured them, taking them to someone called High Perfect Morkant. Morkant is terrifying in her perfection. Tall, beautiful with horns that spiral like a crown, and she rules the elves of Lysolana with absolute authority, and she has a plan. Isilu is out of cycle, vulnerable, she explains. If someone can end the night forever, we would no longer work to undo in the moonlight all we accomplished in the sunlight. The Gilt Leaf Empire could rise again. She needs Dawnglove flowers. They grow only in Shadowmoor, and they're deadly to creatures of night. Mixed with other ingredients, they could poison Isilu, killing the night elemental and bringing eternal day. She forces Carol to gather the flowers, sending them into a Shadowmoor grove to pick Dawnglove while creatures made of embers hunt them through the dark. Carol barely escapes with the flowers, but before Morkant can force them back in, a massive white lion man bursts from the trees. A Johnny Goldmane, a planeswalker. He's been searching for the missing Strixhaven students, and he's finally found one. Lorwyn makes a choice. He grabs the vial of processed Dawnglove from Morkant and flees with Ajani and Carol, betraying his perfect leader. They're not the only ones converging on Gold Meadow. Abigail the Owlin fell in the river and was swept to where merfolk guard something precious, Erdu, the Day Elemental, the massive beast with 6 legs, a thorny tail, and a sun for a head. It smells Isilu on Abigail's clothing and wakes, following her back up river to restore the balance. All the pieces are moving toward the same place. The students, the elementals, the Fairy Queen and her friends, and Morkant's elven army marching with captive sunlight elementals and reliquaries, ready to attack Isilu and end the night forever. They meet at Gold Meadow. Marilyn and her group arrive from one direction, the elven army from another, Isilu standing in the center, trailing darkness. And then Erdu appears on the horizon, bringing dawn. The elves attack. They target Isilu with their weapons and their captive sunlight. The Kithkin defend the night elemental, forming a unified wall against the invaders. Elves carrying sunlight reliquaries step into Shadowmoor. Where the light touches them, they remain in their Lorwyn forms. But Kithkin archers shoot the reliquaries, dropping them. The captured sunlight elementals burst free, laughing, returning to the day. And the elves who held them transform into their Shadowmoor selves, suddenly confused and suddenly fighting their own allies. Morkant leads a strike team toward Isilu. She has the processed Dawnglove. One strike and she can kill the night itself. but the students intervene. Sonar throws rocks with surprising accuracy. Tam uses her Gorgon gaze to stun enemies. Carol and Lorwyn fight together. Tam takes an arrow to the abdomen. She collapses, bleeding. Ajani tries to heal her, but his magic won't take hold. It's like the natural patterns of healing can't catch on her injuries. The battle rages. The soldiers fight. Marilyn tries to reach her brother. Rhys appears from the chaos, still carrying his Moonglove poison dagger, still determined to keep his promise. He strikes Marilyn, just to cut on her arm, but it's enough. She falls, bleeding flower petals instead of blood. The Moonglove poison spreads through her veins in root-like purple marks. Oko, the fairy, Marilyn's brother, drops from the sky. He lands as a full-sized man, tall and imposing, with blue frozen skin on his arms and face. He's been flickering between forms this whole time, unsure if Marilyn was truly his sister or Una reborn. Now he knows the truth. Marilyn is dying because Rhys believed she was Una, but she's not. She's only herself. You killed her before I could know her worth, Oko snarls. He tries to save her, but Moonglove has no cure in Lorwyn. Except, Carol knows about Dawnglove. They picked it in the Shadowmoor Grove. Dawnglove is deadly to night creatures, but it has curative properties. Most magical poisons have equal and opposite counters. Sonar runs to Oko and gives him the vial. Oko carefully drips Dawnglove into Marilyn's mouth. She swallows. The poison in her veins begins to fade. The flower petals stop, and real blood starts to flow. Ajani pours the last drops of Dawnglove on Tam's wounds. Combined with Erdu's breath, a gust of summer afternoon, the magic finally takes hold. Tam sits up, coughing, but alive. Erdu and Isilu finally see each other. The two elementals bow, then they pounce. They're not fighting, it's more like playing, wrestling like enormous cats, careful not to crush the smaller beings beneath them. They circle each other, fainting and leaping. Erdu nuzzles Isilu's face. Isilu yawns and begins walking back towards its cave, the darkness trailing behind it like ribbons. Where the ribbons unwind, the transformed Kithkin and elves return to their original selves. The fallen remain dead, but those who survive the transformation are restored. The balance returns, not because heroes defeated the evil elemental, because the two titans found each other again and remembered they're supposed to be dancing, not fighting. Marilyn stands, recovering from the Dawnglove healing. She turns to Rhys. "You're no longer bound to my magic," she says, voice full of alarm. "The promise you made, I can't feel it anymore." Rhys was an elf. Elves live brief lives in Lorwyn, blooming and fading in a season. But his binding promise to Marilyn kept him alive for years beyond what should have been possible. Now that bond is broken. "Thank you," Rhys says, embracing her. "Thank you." Erdu, the day elemental, sits down behind Rhys. The ancient elf approaches, leans up on the tips of his hoofs, and touches his forehead to the elementals. "Thank you, Erdu, for your warmth and your light," he says. "Thank you, Marilyn, for your friendship and your hand." He opens his eyes. The wind begins to blow him away. His body comes apart in flower petals, Dawnglove and Moonglove and Apple Blossom. Each one leaves him a little paler, a little more faded, until he's gone. Marilyn sobs and turns to Oko, her brother, who she barely knows, who left before she existed. He's gone because it was time for him to go, and I didn't need him any longer. Oko takes her hand. He won't stay in Glen Elendra. He loves his freedom too much, but she'll always have a home with him. She'll never be alone. Ajani gathers the students. "It's time to go home," he says. Lorwyn asks to come with them. He betrayed Morkant. He can't stay in Lorwyn. The students agree. He helped save them, after all. They walk to the Omen Path. The geometric outline still hangs in the air, stable for now, and they step through. Cascading light, the journey between worlds. They emerge on a coastal road on Chandalar. From there, another Omen Path will take them back to Arcavius, back to Strixhaven, finally back home. Professor Liliana Vess is furious. She scolds each student individually. Tam gets the worst of it. The professor expected better from her. "There are far more dangerous planes in the multiverse than Lorwyn," Liliana says. "Count yourself lucky that all you came back with was a good story and a strange elf." The students return to their classes. Carol reconnects with Sonar and the others. Abigail practices her sign language. Tam buries herself in her studies. Lorwyn enrolls in the cross-planar student program, trading everything he knows about Lorwyn for a scholarship. And in Lorwyn, the balance holds. For now. Because Erdu and Isilu still walk. The cycle continues, and somewhere in the twilight between day and night, Marilyn rules her fairy court, learning what it means to have a brother and mourning the friend who died to save her from a fate she never deserved. Lorwyn's Shadowmoor isn't fixed, it's balanced. Day and night, memory and transformation, self and identity. The students learned what it means to lose yourself when the light changes, to become someone else entirely, to have your very identity stripped away by forces beyond your control. They learned that some worlds don't have happy endings, just truces and temporary peace. And they learned that sometimes the monster you're fighting isn't a monster at all. It's just a parent looking for its child, or an elemental trying to restore balance, or a queen trying not to become her mother. The Strixhaven students are home, but they're not the same. No one who visits Lorwyn ever is. Magic gave us a story of a plane at war with itself in Lorwyn Eclipsed, a world where identity is as unstable as the shifting light, and where becoming a different person isn't metaphorical, it's literal and terrifying. The story followed Strixhaven students who fell through an omen path into a world they didn't understand, but it was never really about them. It was about Marilyn and Oko, siblings who never knew each other, creations of a tyrant queen, both fighting to be something other than what they were made to be. Marilyn, who asked her best friend to kill her if she ever became her mother, and Oko, who ran away rather than be controlled, with Riss, who kept his promise and paid the price. The Great Aurora is gone, and the cycle continues through Erdu and Isilu now, two elemental titans who walk the plane bringing transformation in their wake. The balance is restored, and the students are home. But, in Lorwyn, flower petals still fall from the sky, and the question remains, how long before Una returns? How long before the eclipse becomes permanent? If you enjoyed this video and would like more from the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below, letting me know what story you want to see next. We're caught up for the time being, so let's hear some old set stories that you guys are interested in. Post it down below and we'll add it to the list. Until next time, we'll dive in again soon.